can lose up to 2 months of reading ability over the summer break. That means part of the school curriculum involves playing catch-up. So what if they never lost ground to begin with? Our next guest says summer vacation does not have to put the brakes on education. Welcome Kim Bellini with LearningRx. Hello there. You're welcome. I made that point. A lot of kids lose stuff over that summer break.
Absolutely.
And you know that not only having your master's in education, but you were a teacher at elementary school.
Absolutely. I taught for 7 years, and I would see that. We would spend time at the beginning of the year reteaching what had been forgotten, particularly when it comes to reading.
Yeah, we just had a whole group of kids right here. We know that the maximum ability of the, not the maximum, but the biggest potential of people to learn is in those early years. And we can always learn, but you want to make sure you stimulate that because that could dictate how they learn later.
Absolutely. It's very important to build those foundational cognitive skills when they're young.
A lot of us end up buying toys and things and books and things for our kids, and we don't know really what to get. But with LearningRx, the whole point is to buy things that really count, that do double duty, entertain, but also educate.
Right. Yeah, we work one-on-one with students at our center, but we encourage our parents when they enroll. There are things they can do outside of the center as well to help build up their cognitive skills or their brain skills.
Yeah. We're looking at some pictures of some kids that are working at one of your centers. What type of child needs to go there or should consider going there?
We get people with diagnosis, without. It just really depends if there is a cognitive weakness. It's going to show up with things like as dyslexia, ADD, ADHD, even children on the autism spectrum we can help as well. Or parents just say, oh, my kid's having to work too hard.
Yeah.
Perfect candidate for starting a brain training program in the summer.
And it's interesting because my son is ADHD and dyslexic, and if you don't address it, they can get stuck there. But it's amazing to see how programs like this, you can unlock that door.
Absolutely.
And then it becomes just less of a task, and they can finally break through. All right, let's go through some of the things that you suggest and some of the things that you use as your materials.
Yeah, so there's really like 3 things that you can do over the summer to help prevent that summer slide. And one of the things is reading with your kids. And what I really want to emphasize is that during the school year, they're having to read what they're told to read. So during the summer, let them pick what they're interested in. Let them make the choice of what to read. And it's okay if it is a magazine or a comic book. They're reading and they're practicing, and that's
it's interesting when they'll say, I can't read, da-da-da. No, Mommy, it's too hard. But when they're interested, if it's about lizards, he was in. Dinosaurs and lizards,
absolutely.
and suddenly he's reading like dinosaur names.
Yeah, engagement is a foundation for learning. If you don't have that engagement, no learning is going to take place. So, all right. So our next thing that we have is brain training. So this is what we do at our center. This is a great time to start. Brain training programs take a minimum of 12 weeks. So this is a good time to get going while it's a little more laid back. And then we can provide that support system as kids edge into the school year. But so everything, the thing with brain training, when you're looking for a good brain training program, it needs to be intense. Because when you are working where something is not too easy but not too difficult,
you're not challenging the brain.
Yeah, that's where learning takes place, is when you're challenged. So that is best done through one-on-one instruction with a human. That's a very important part to learning.
It's much like working out. If the muscle's not challenged, you're never going to see the results, really.
Because the brain is a muscle.
Yeah.
So we treat it like a muscle. We work it out like a muscle.
Okay, and then we have some other things down here that can be fun, but again, it challenges the brain.
Right, absolutely. So we've got different games you can get that target memory. Memory is a critical skill for reading comprehension and just good functioning in the classroom. So we've got memory games, which are great. Word games help develop a foundational skill called phonemic awareness. And so these games help build up those skills and spelling skills. But it's fun. It doesn't feel like work.
We mentioned that kids who might be struggling or weak in a certain area can really benefit at LearningRx. But I would imagine we're in a very competitive society, and we know we need the workforce to be there in a decade or so to fulfill all the jobs that are required. So would you also see this fit for somebody who maybe wants their child to just be even ahead of the game?
Yes, we have clients like that at our center that they just want their child to get an edge. We'll have juniors in high school that'll go through our program and are able to raise their SAT scores. That's a general pattern that we typically see.
Yeah.
So just strengthening those underlying learning tools that we have to process information is critical.
So age range that you deal with?
We work starting at age 4 all the way through adults. So we have career adults as well that want to sharpen their skills in the workplace.
All right. For my son, hard Harvard, here we come. LearningRx has a special offer for Great Day Houston viewers. The first 79 callers can get an assessment for $79 at any of their centers. But you must mention Great Day Houston. The assessment is based on your child's cognitive skills and will determine where their strengths and weaknesses are. To find a LearningRx location near you, log on to learningrx.com/Greater Houston or call 832-482-3082, 832-482-3082. And we were talking about kind of where their weaknesses could be. It doesn't mean something's wrong. Sometimes it could just mean that the way that they've been taught is not the way that they learn, and you can reroute that.
And we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and the beauty is those weaknesses can be strengthened. And with the assessment, you know exactly where your child's or your own strengths and weaknesses are. And so it's a great place to start to help you decide what you want to do for the summer. And we're a great place to get started.
All right. Thank you very much. Get ready to